That's where we're going. Better late than never, but we are back in your lives, in your ears, and in your face. Welcome to another episode of Papa G's House. I don't even know what episode it is, but it's great to have you back. Before we start, obviously, if you love the content, hate my dogs, hit subscribe, and hit that notification bell. But without further ado, Arthur Carlos Diego Becerra III. We're on holiday, baby. I think this is going to be a little bit more of a chilled out episode. I feel relaxed, dude. I'm feeling a little bit festive. A couple of beers in. It's going to be a fun episode.
I'm feeling like I need to be a bit festive and relaxed. I've just been on a fucking...
It's been a crazy
past
week.
2 weeks for me. It's been crazy.
I mean, hence I said better late than never. I mean, unforeseen circumstances, of course. Well, foreseen or we're not surprised. But we're here. We're going to be doing this episode. It's great to be in person. There was never a way we weren't going to do that. But it's going to be a fun episode. And, dude, so much to talk about this week. Holy shit, there's been so many things happening. But in terms of holidays, what's happening on your side?
Well, I'm only off work on the my last day is on the 23rd, and then I'm going back to work on the 17th. But I've got an early holiday kickoff with playing 2 shows with the Deadbeats at Cafe Rue this weekend, which is quite rad because the second show, which was on the Sunday, book your tickets now, was given to us by popular demand because people kept asking for tickets for the Saturday, which was already sold out the week that the tickets were open. So that's pretty rad. So I'm looking forward to that, but it's going to be 2-3 hour shows in a row over a weekend. I'm going to be knackered.
It's all like cover songs and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's all
right?
the cover stuff. Yeah,
dude. I mean, I even said that to you on text the other day. We must do a thing where we come and the boys all come and support you. We make a little vlog for the channel. It'll be awesome.
Yeah, it'd be rad. I mean, Sunday's still open.
We've been wanting to do that because obviously we've been jamming for the last couple of weeks. I mean, there will be a official announcement or whatever you call it, but we've been jamming, you've been learning the songs and stuff, and it's just been so much fun, dude.
Yeah, it's been awesome. It's been a bit tougher for me to learn these tracks purely because of the workload, and I'm not actually able to play an electronic kit at my place because of
the tapping.
Yeah, because of the tapping. Because like you would think that an electronic kit in a place where you have shared walls with your neighbors wouldn't be a problem, but this travels.
Yeah,
it's not. It's so like if I'm playing and the neighbor's got like a 6-month-old, and the other neighbor, thankfully the neighbor on the other side has moved out, so there's no one there. So I'm parking in front of his garage. Thanks. So like, and also I just haven't had any time to actually play stuff by myself, just because I've been so busy. So like the work that we did do in those jams is actually quite surprising to me. And we managed to do that one song, which you guys said that you never managed to play.
Well, yeah, dude. I mean, we hadn't, we wrote the song and it was like, it's been some time since we wrote the song and since we, put it out there, and then all of a sudden it comes time to play it. We have no idea what the hell we're doing. And then it was so great because the previous practice, we were like, okay, cool. This was a fun practice. It was great. We managed to figure out like 9 songs. I mean, you were like just going on instinct and you did an amazing job. But it was more so the fact that when we left that practice, we were like, everybody just go and learn that song. And then when we got to the studio, and by the time it came to play that song, everybody had it down, down-ish.
Yeah, we did like a half run.
I was so impressed that everybody had actually taken the time to go and learn their bits.
Yeah, and at our age, that's asking a lot.
It is exactly, and it just brought so much excitement to, I've been feeling a little bit, sometimes with motivation, it hasn't been at its peak, but now I'm like sitting behind the PC putting riffs out because it just seems so easy and fun, when you get to the studio, regardless of all the time it takes to get the songs down. But when you get to actually play them, it's like, wow, it's such a difference.
It's also a huge, big mindset change over the last 2 years of actually, instead of just having a jam just to break the ice or something.
Also without feeling weird.
Yeah, now it's starting to like, okay, let's see how much work we can put in.
Yeah.
You know, just prepare for a gig and see where it goes. And it's such a mindset change. I mean, I remember having to learn Hoggity Hog's entire set and Half Price's entire set and Taxi Violence and a whole bunch of other bands. But that was when you were actively playing, so it was a lot easier to learn 15, 16 tracks for like 2 practices before a show. Now it's like, geez, we have to like concentrate in 3.
Yeah. But now, tell me this: do you learn them by ear, or do you like get? I mean, pretty much. I don't think anybody's got any sort of tabs out there, so I'm sure you learn them by ear. But you've got such a knack for just picking up on the nuances of a song and stuff.
The thing that actually helps me a lot is video. Funny enough,
okay,
because I remember when I had to learn Half Price's set. I went to a practice with Kyle and I set up a camera and I just filmed him, and I learned the stuff by watching him play. So I had 2 sources of input, ears and eyes. And so then when I'd play, I'd be also picturing what he was doing, and I learned it way faster. I did that. When I did, when I learned the hog stuff, I wrote like notes. I just said like section 8 count. And I didn't write like beats, I just said sections. And then I played it to what I listened to, and then I had like a structure written in front of me, and then I learned it that way. With Taxi Violence, I kind of just listened and played on my Vdrums, and then went in to go and do the practice and nailed it the first time.
Now, speaking about the Vdrums, dude, I mean, I didn't even react really to what you were saying earlier, in that you can't play it in your house. How's that possible?
It's just the sound travels.
Bring them here. We can chuck them in the corner.
We could, but like most of the time they're at the Deadbeats HQ.
Well, I mean, that's also true.
Yeah, so I mean, like the kit is now in its boxes
Okay,
at my place for this weekend. But yeah, I mean, and also I don't have that much space. If I was to set up my Vdrums, I'll have to like move the lounge table out of the way, set up in the middle, and then do like a couple of hours or an hour or 2 session just to go through the stuff and then unpack and put everything. It's like a hardcore schlep.
I mean, it's also like going to a practice where you have to, and you've got that large box where you have to like roll it in. You have to set up your whole kit, and that's only for 3 hours. I mean, I do not envy a drummer, because you guys have so much to set up and break down. It's crazy. But the Vdrums is fun. They are fun, but you don't get that proper feel. But it was also cool that, the time I was like, hey, Art, can you like program drums, when we write in the music? And you're like, I refuse. I'd rather play it on the Vdrums and then send it through, you don't.
Yeah,
I think that's awesome.
I'd rather put whatever is going to be on a recording, however method is used. Obviously, acoustic kit would be the main goal. But, the compromise would be Vdrums, because then at least we can control how it sounds. Yeah. But at least it's still me playing somewhat. I would rather have that than have a program, because then it's like, well, then,
But it also gives you that human feeling. I mean, wow, we've had this conversation a million times.
We have had. But that's the crux of the thing. I mean, you use what's available to you. If you don't have a Vdrums, if you can't get hold of a Vdrums, and if you have to program, so be it. There's not who's gonna stop you? No one can, really.
No, totally.
Use what's available. But if you do have someone who's got a contact and you feel confident enough to record it, borrow it. You could borrow mine. With Dawn did that before Joshy left for UK. They borrowed my Vdrums. They came to my place and used my Vdrums to record the EPs.
Aren't you
and it was rad.
finicky about shit like that?
No, not really.
Like people borrowing your shit. I don't mind. I lend my amps out whenever people ask, but with drums it's different, because people like beating them,
Yeah, I know. Drums is different, especially with drum heads. But like the thing is, not a lot goes wrong often, and because I hit it hard as well, I mean, what's one other person?
You do hit hard, bro. That's awesome. That is awesome. Speaking of hitting hard, my pain is hitting hard. I've got a Transact pad. I've been on Gen Pain for the last week. Every now and again, every so often, a year or 6 months goes by, and I get this insane neck pain and back pain, and it's here now, and I'm suffering. But I'm buying a new bed.
I get that pain sometimes, but it's like my upper back between the shoulders, mostly my right. And it's been happening a lot now ever since I have like 30 minutes and then Carolyn's working or something. I go, I'm just going to play some Xbox. And then I play Xbox, and then the way I'm sitting, because like I'm racing, I'm like this. And then my back is like fucked.
Yeah, it's the way. But that's what it is. It's being lazy a lot of the times. Like you're sitting down in your chair, and I'm pushing back, but that's how it feels. It's like all this pressure on your spine, and I feel like it's also part and parcel being fucking lazy.
Yeah, and even with drums, dude, if you don't play drums often, like you might not get like back pain, but geez, your elbows and your thumbs and your knees, it's like I have to play without shoes because my feet start feeling numb because my feet are trying to make the shoes move. So I've just been playing in my socks, and that's helped. And I actually kind of like playing with the socks. But even with drumming, dude, like the first practice we had, the first jam, I was sore the next day.
Yeah.
And also
my fingers were sore because the strings are so fat that
but
that
isn't it worse if it's thinner? Because it's like razor blades.
No.
Really?
No, it like bruises my fingertips.
Ah, shit.
Because I'm playing 13 to 72 in that band on
That's
a 6 string.
Thick.
Well, yeah, and it's quite tense.
Do you also press hard on the frets? Because I got my guitar back.
You have to,
and I'm jamming, but I find that I have to be conscious about not squeezing the strings down.
Not with those guitars that are sitting behind you.
No.
This one, oh, no. I used to play Il System with this guitar, but I only use one now. It's the Charvel, and it's 13 to 72. It's like bass strings.
Yes.
And I'm
and you have to jerk those a bit, right?
Big time. And like always, my 3 fingers. I don't use my pinky that often in the band, but my 3 fingers feel like bruised, like the bones bruised.
Jesus,
it's crazy.
So you only use that just to get that low tone, really?
Well, it's not the low tone; it's just the tuning. It's
what?
It's so that I can get sustain and that the guitar won't go out of tune.
No, but what about those pitch shifter pedals that you could play a standard tuning guitar and then go through the pedal and it sounds like you drop Z?
No, if I'm going to be playing in a specific tuning,
you want to play in this.
I'm going to be playing in that tuning.
See, no, I'm going to play drums. I might as well play drums.
I don't know. I don't take shortcuts in that regard. No, 100% no. I mean, it just would feel because, for instance, if you're playing a pitch shifted, you're going to hear on your playing and you're going to feel it. You're going to feel a C on your, obviously you got the body of the guitar. Yeah. You're going to feel a C, but you're going to be hearing an A. Weird.
That's also goes into what I was going to say now, but with drums and Vdrums. That's a tip for drummers out there who are going to record. If you're going to record on Vdrums, practice on Vdrums. If you're going to record on acoustic kit, practice on acoustic kit. I'll tell you why. Because when Deadbeats played that biker festival, played on a real kit, and we've only been using my Vdrums for practices and gigs. Mm-hmm. And there were so many parts that I couldn't play because it was totally different. It's like the stick on a Vdrum set reacts like with so much rebound that you get away with. It's like very forgiving.
Yeah, totally.
Then you're on an acoustic kit. It's like literally playing soggy boxes in comparison. So like, yes, it's that was like, there was a few parts that I had to just skimp on stuff or play it like less just because I couldn't actually do it because it was so different. So if you're going to record something on a Vdrums, practice on the Vdrums only so that you'll have it down. Otherwise you'll fuck yourself
over. Can I
over.
double down on your argument?
What's that?
Practice.
That too.
But straight up, you just got to practice. But on that note, guys, we had a very cool interview with Human Nebula
Cool dudes.
earlier on in the week. Very great dudes. They've just released a song called Police Brutality. And we had a chat with Carl and Gareth. And it was fun, dude.
It was a lot of fun.
But we'll review the chat when we come back. But here's Human Nebula, Gareth and Carl talking about their new single, Police Brutality. We'll see you now. This is how we do things around here.
Oh, shit.
I'm here with Kyle and Gareth from the band Human Nebula. Guys, thank you so much for joining the show. It's good to have you.
It's awesome to be here. Thanks for having us.
Listen, when I was speaking to Kyle about setting the show up, I was expecting way more people than just the two of you, because damn, how many people were on the latest single. We'll get to that at a later stage, but you guys have been super busy, man. So just catch us up since the last time. It's been a while since you've been on the show. I think about a year or so. I can't remember the last time we chatted, but I know you guys have been busy, but fill me in.
Oh, well, obviously with COVID and lockdown, we're trying to push as much stuff online as we can, but in terms of like shows and being physically busy, no, not at all.
But I mean, but I don't know if you guys have been. I follow the Joburg stand up, dude. You guys have been pulling off shows left, right, and centers from what I can see. From last weekend and the weekend before.
Yeah, that's what you keep telling me as well. It's like
Joburg
is cooking.
It's cooking in terms of music. Or do you not feel the same way?
I think in perspective, coming from how it used to be to the way it is now.
Yeah, it feels like a lot. It feels like a lot, but it's not. So it's because it was this huge dip down from doing absolutely nothing to doing like 3 shows, I guess, at max in a row. That feels like, what the fuck? We're so busy, you know, but it really isn't. Like, I was thinking about it the other day. Like, we used to do like every weekend, there'd be at least a show or 2 in a weekend. And then that show would only start at 9 and some of the bands would only end at 12. And now we're like ending at 9 and just, it's a completely different mindset we've all gotten into. So the new norm is pretty weird right now.
For sure. I must say,
ending at 9.
Yeah, ending it. Well, dude, because of curfew.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. But
yeah,
I think
that's what I'm saying. I used to, when I got into the scene, I was like fucking, like, I'd only drive to the venue at 8, show up like at 8:30 and then like start playing at 9. And then fucking like some of the bands would like play, the last slot would be like primetime slot is like 11 to 12. And then people fuck off from there or just like stay at the venue and just chill and hang out. Now it's fucking,
it's like
it's
boom, in and out.
Yeah, dude, it's in and out. And you just got to be home before curfew, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. And also with you guys, they all have a quite a fair way to travel. I mean, we were discussing this yesterday. It's like nothing for you guys to drive like 40 minutes. For us, it's like get your passports out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude.
I mean, say for instance, from where you guys are now to the venue that seems to be putting on most of the shows. So, and I don't know is it Sonage or Sonage? Sonage. Okay.
Yeah.
So none of my pronunciation.
Either way, actually.
One time you sucked.
Okay, either way, it seems like they're putting on plenty shows, and all the shows seem like they very well attended. How far is that from you right now?
About an hour. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. It's dedication, bro, I'm telling you. But guys, I'd actually be remiss if I didn't introduce you to my co-host, Arthur Carlos Diego Pereira III, that is also known as Art.
Dude,
I didn't introduce you guys. I apologize.
Dude, that's the funniest thing, saying that they have to drive like an hour out. I'm playing a gig that's an hour out. We're taking a bus and staying over and then coming back the next day.
It's Cape Town style, baby.
It's same as getting a bottle of milk for us, man. You know, it's just down the road. Hour.
Okay, but like, you know, regardless, I mean, so you've been playing shows though, even though you believe that they're pretty sparse. I mean, last time I touched the stage was in March 2020 at Ramfest. That was the last time I was on stage. So it's been a while.
Jeez, dude, what the fuck? That was an amazing show, by the way.
That was an amazing show.
Hey, yeah, dude. I mean, I remember I was front and center for your show. Well, front left actually. I was standing in front of Carl during your guys' set. It was epic.
I'm so sorry, dude.
Hey, you guys
forgive you.
killed it,
I'm
man.
so
I
sorry.
still say you guys had the biggest sound on that stage that night. It was
They did.
crazy.
I
They
remember
did.
that.
It was huge. It was
Thanks.
massive. But yeah, I mean that was that was the last time I saw you in person, dude. It's
Yeah.
insane. That's
Crazy.
what, almost
It was
2
the
years
last
ago.
time we
Yeah, they probably got kids now and
seen
everything.
anyone in person, actually.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. So now listen, let's get to the brass tacks. I mean, we've talked about Human Nebula, your past and how you guys all got together. You guys check out we'll link the episode number in the description, but we've been through all that. Now all of a sudden you've come out with Police Brutality, the new single that you dropped last week or the week before. And I even took notes, dude, and I was just like, holy shit, this is such a banger. And when Carl and I were talking about setting the show up, one thing is that I said to him, I said, you guys need to be so proud of yourselves because this is fucking awesome. And I go, Chuggy riff damage, Regan, Jay, Dwayne, Landile, Carl clean, Greg clean, with light scenery, Chris Zen lead, more lead, Human Nebula lead, Marty clean, Gareth breakdown, Carl clean again, Proggy breakdown, but times 4, but it changes every time. Gareth poignant ending, and then clean piano and hot damn, this is my jam.
Nice. I like that.
Dude, I think I would actually, I spend so much time like trying to word the description for the video so we don't come across as preachy and also just to get the point across. But I think I'll just delete all that bullshit and just put that description in the video now.
That's way better. That's way better.
But dudes, I mean, it really was such an excellent, I've watched it many times, love it every single time. Carl, your cleans, dude. I must say there was a surprise. I don't in the previous songs have you done you've done, but you haven't done like those type of cleans before, or have you?
Well, Kyle did some cleans on our last single release, Andromeda, but yeah, the last time we saw each other, he wasn't doing any vocals at all, and in fact, we've kind of been like pushing him into the corner, saying like, "Come on, dude, you know, like you got the pipes for it. Let's do it, you know."
Yeah,
And
well, I mean, I must say it's working out, dudes. I mean, just the way you your cleans went into Greg's cleans in terms of goes from the dark scenery to the light scenery. I mean, it was awesome. But so let's start from the beginning. How did this idea come about in terms of collaborating with all these different artists and managing to? Can you imagine how the recording process?
Yeah, how long must it have taken to get the whole thing together?
Yeah, believe me. If I'd have to put a timestamp on how long this one song took us to do, a year and a half. To do one fucking song. Because in the start of lockdown, when lockdown just hit, I was home doing basically nothing, just fucking around with like covers and everybody was like writing lockdown songs and stuff like that. And then unfortunately, the thing that sparked it, because police brutality has been a problem for a very long time universally, but the thing that like kind of sparked the thing to say something about it was the whole George Floyd incident. So when that happened, the whole, not the incident itself, but the uproar after that from people on the internet and saying, stop this bullshit and this needs to be like raise awareness for that stuff. That's what kind of like inspired me to also say something about it. And that's when I started writing this whole track and giving it this very menacing feeling in the beginning, because I was trying to go through the whole emotion for how people really feel about this. It's very angry at the top, at the surface of everything, everybody's like very pissed off about this whole situation, but that's why the song kind of goes and dips and drabs. So it'll be like very angry at the beginning, but then you'll get parts with the cleans where it's like very bitter and it's very melancholy. And then there's a silver lining to look at this whole situation that happened. And then it just ends off with it's very bittersweet. That's why the piano outro's very all over the place mode wise, because it's not pretty, but it's also this very like darkish feeling that we have to realize that this needs to stop and we all need to stand together. And the reason why we decided to get so many people on it, it just felt wrong to just be the only people to say something about it, because we all feel the fucking same. So why not just get the rest of the people that feel the same to also say their part?
Wow, I mean that's awesome, because what we were discussing when watching the video, is all the footage was local
Yes,
from what we
definitely.
could see, and then we were wondering maybe if it was born out of the obviously you speak about the George Floyd, then there was the Jacob Blake in Kenosha, Wisconsin, that led to the Kyle Rittenhouse case, and and the stories continue. And yeah, so yeah, I understand where you coming from in that sense. So how did you start approaching the different, so you had already come up with the track, Kyle, and or a concept, and then you reached out to the guys, or did you have something sorted already and you were like, we know as a band which guys we want to have on the track? I mean, geez, Regan from Facing the Gallows, Jade from Riddlebreak, you've got Dwayne from Sunken State, you've got Luandile from Vulvodynia, you've got Chris from Vulvodynia, you've got Greg from Red Helen and Technopath. I mean, the list goes on.
Yeah. So, like I said,
Marty, let's not forget Marty.
Marty from Hiraeth. Yes,
yes,
definitely. I mean, she lives right here, so I just couldn't
I know that
as well. Also a very nice. I'll get to why I really wanted Marty to get onto it as well, because it's not just because I think of convenience. Like, all of them really do have their own special part that they need to serve for it. So I wrote the idea, not complete, but I was talking between, mainly the musical parts were written between me, Luandile, and our lead guitarist Tim. So we were all obviously working remotely. I would write a huge chunk of music, and then when you kind of feel burnt out, when I was feeling burnt out, I'll just send what I have to, in order, Luandile, and I told him, just write however long you want, write whatever you want, and then just send that back, and I'll add it in. So he'll write his part, and that's that very where I start singing. I started singing, Greg starts to sing, and then when the lead part plays, that's all Luandile, the music parts. And then after that, I took charge from there, where Marty starts to sing as well, and the proggy breakdown. And then I think after that, I sent it to Tim, because I wanted to get like super like lead riffy and kind of stuff like that. And I know he's a very, very good creator when it comes to that. So he wrote that entire end section, and I tweaked it a bit, and then I just put the piano part in it. But vocal wise, we were spitballing.
Mr. Throat Gravy over there.
Yeah,
dude, it was so sick. But carry on, sorry, man.
Yeah, no stress. It's me and him that were kind of like spitballing between each other, like who we wanted vocally to kind of like do what they needed to do on the track. And it was, I would say we got like 90% of the people that we wanted to be on the track. We got 90%. We didn't get one. And I didn't get the email, but
yeah, well, you didn't.
Yeah, sorry. I think it got lost in translation.
No, that's awesome.
Who was the one person?
Duncan from Vulvodynia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And also
and Brandon from Red Helen as well. Those two guys, trying to get a hold of them and trying to get them to get free time to do something,
for sure,
fucking impossible. So it's not a case of they weren't interested or we were just like, no, fuck this, you're missing the deadline. We just missed each other all the time. When they were free, we were just like it was just super hard. So we got whoever we wanted.
They were super keen. They just super.
Well, I mean, I can imagine in Brandon's case, I mean, he was halfway across the world trying to get his life together, relocating and all that kind of stuff. And Duncan is just a part of how many projects? I'm pretty sure it's difficult to get him locked in into studio as well.
There, but I just think they just couldn't get away and give enough time to do it justice. So they just kind of like handed it
for
back.
sure. And you can obviously appreciate that. And there's many more songs to come from Human Nebula. So, you don't have to have them all on one. You can have them on a couple others at another stage when they are available. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it just seems to me, guys, you guys really have such a go forward attitude. Even when that pandemic hit, is like, even when I spoke to you guys when I was doing, I think it was I was still doing them live.
Yeah.
And you guys were just grafting away, putting out. I mean, you came out, remember, I think it was just after you guys released Baby, the Justin Bieber cover. I mean, but that's so cool that you putting stuff out there and creating the content, which is amazing. And I see you've got not Russell Crowe. I can't remember his real name.
Well, he's not Russell Crowe.
Yeah, he's not Russell Crowe. But your after show like edits and stuff like that. Do you guys? You obviously are putting a very strong, big effort into your social media presence. We'll get back to police brutality now.
Kyle.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that all,
So
Kyle?
not Russell Crowe is Russell. His name is just Russell. But yeah, so wherever he's joining us at a live show, he'll always just have his camera there because mostly we're playing with the bands that he actually works for, because he works for, he constantly films for Facing the Gallows and Vulvodynia and Sunken State. And when we play, it feels like we're only playing with those bands. So he'll just be there and just film us just because he's a pal. And then he'll just like smack an edit together and just send it to us. And then I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm just like posting
it's
it.
so cool that he does that, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he's an
yeah.
absolute genius, dude. And it was such a stressful day filming the police. Sorry, I'm jumping back to police brutality.
Well, I mean, that was my next thing about is how the video shoot went.
It was such a stressful thing for me because I had another gig to go to and I was cutting it like close. I actually missed the first 3 songs that my band was supposed to play. And then I just got there and I just started playing in the middle of the 3rd song, but like we came from the shoot. So I was kind of rushing Russell. It's like, dude, okay, cool. Let me film my parts first and let me just do some of the band shots and then I'll fuck off. And then the rest of the stuff he can do. And I was like driving on the way to the gig, like pretending that I'm like in Fast and Furious, trying not to get in a car accident. But I was thinking like, fuck, I hope the video like really comes out sick. I feel like I didn't give my all. I feel like I could have done more. Fuck, why did I work so hard on this huge collaboration track? And then when the video finally gets done, I'm such a twat about it. And then when Russell sent me like the first draft, I was like, what the fuck? How did he like do this? Like make it, it was crazy. So Russell is honestly,
the whole thing.
Say again?
You storyboarded the whole video because there was like obviously multiple days of shooting with everyone, with all the featured artists.
Yeah. So because Russell actually got inspiration from us getting so many musicians on the track. He wanted to collaborate with all the videographers and those guys as well in South Africa. So the other 2 people that filmed was Russell Wells, and he filmed Greg's parts, and then Alex Wolf, he filmed some of the other dudes as well that were closer to him. So Russell was collaborating with Russell Wells and Alex Wolf to film the other parts. But Russell McCalligan, not Russell Crowe, he storyboarded the whole thing. He basically took main charge on the whole video and then just distributed the rest of the work to the other guys. They sent it back to him and he edited the whole thing and put it all together. So it's all of them, but mainly Russell was just the genius behind that entire video and concept. Yeah, but it's another thing. It's just seems like there's such a, amongst you and all the other artists, as well as the videographers, the photographers, there just seems to be such a close-knit community over there where everybody's got each other's backs. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, police brutality was a great reason for us all to work together, but the idea and sentiment has always been there. We've been, we've gone along with these guys for a very long time, and like Russell even lives with us, so so,
oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so
how big is that house you guys live in? Damn.
It's massive. It's massive. It's like a little metal city. Yeah,
you should do like vlogs out of it.
Big Brother.
Yeah.
Oh my
Chuck
God.
cameras in the shower.
The reason why the lights are dim, because you don't want to see what this place looks like with the lights on.
Well, don't bring a black light then.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm sure you guys manage to keep it clean for the most part, no?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
But now.
Check Gareth's face is like
it's been a dream of ours to work with all these guys and more since forever, even since before we had this band, looking up at other musicians in the scene, like Greg and the rest. It's like, I'm sure every band has this discussion like, oh, wouldn't it be nice to feature this guy and and maybe one day do that guy. And I think just like from doing a ton of shows together and getting to know each other a little bit better, it just kind of made it more natural to kind of syncopate this effort, although it was still a massive effort.
It was intense, and I think we put it on ourselves, because I'm laughing because I remember very clearly, like when we were first making Human Nebula a concept, like in 2017, I think we were busy recording the first EP. I remember us saying on every track, we're gonna get this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy on each track. And we never did it.
Right. Yeah.
And now we just did it in one fucking track. Instead of one EP, we just did it all in one track to get all of the people that we wanted on the EP.
That's cool,
we
man.
always planned to steal these guys, and we finally did it.
Now the real
It's like
challenge now is to get that bad boy played live with all those people.
We were actually talking about that, interestingly. So although it is a Human Nebula song, I think when we're gonna, because we were talking about this with Regan, and Regan was joking about this as well. He was like, you should do it at a festival, but like as a closer. Like you guys have played, Facing This played, Sunken's played, or whoever's played. And then at the end of the festival, the last band, the last song, then all the members start switching out. Like Gareth comes on stage, everybody like gets a mic or a wireless mic that just switches out all the time when the vocalist, like, because none of them really overlap except for me and you.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the guys.
Good luck, sound guy.
Good luck, sound guy. And then it's just like one drummer from one band, one guitarist, one bassist from each band. So you just do it like that. And I think it is doable, but it's gonna take effort. So I don't think it's.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, but have you considered the fact that you two are going to have to probably learn all the other parts and sing them if you want to play it live when they're not available?
I have thought about that. So we've actually joked about this in band practice the other day when we were preparing for Death Fest. We were like, shouldn't we instead of like, we should maybe cut out some of the parts and do like a different live version of Police Brutality. But I felt like, what's the point of having the other parts then in the song if we're just going to cut them? So I think we are going to have to learn some of the other parts.
Yeah. Good luck to Tim with all those solos as well.
Yeah. You could always do like a multimedia thing.
Yeah. For Andromeda as well. Like we were anticipating to have Luandila there a bunch of times, and Tim just learned Luandila's parts. So he'll just play Luandila's solo and then switch into his solo, which is even more intense.
Yeah, I just feel like going to learn shit is just the mental block for me. I'm just talking from my own experience. Like, if I had to play like Nathan or Charles bits, I'd be like, oh, no, this is such a mission.
What's an A again?
No, but no doubt Tim can smash those
He's a beast.
Out, no problem. But but it ends up being, you've got all the other. I mean, your voice will be screwed after that track, Gareth, if you had to do all the vocal parts.
It'll be wrecked for sure. It'll be wrecked for sure.
You know what actually be pretty good for a live performance if you did it at the MMAs, the Metal Music Awards.
Yes,
because I'm pretty sure the video should be submitted. So doing a live performance with everyone there and capturing that would actually be probably the best place to do it.
Yeah, that would actually work out.
I will fly to Johannesburg to see that performed at the Summers.
So would I.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's not bad because everyone
part of the. Because I've never been to one of those things, and I just see how much fun you guys have when you guys go there. And everybody's suited up like a motherfucker, and I'm sitting in Cape Town sucking my thumb.
Yeah, if I go there, I'll probably have like torn pants and my dong hanging out and stuff, rocking it Cape Town style.
Yeah, there we go. Is that Cape Town style?
Well, it should be. I came up with it now.
All right, that's amazing. That's Arto Carlos Diego Pereira of the third, everybody.
Fuck you.
So, dudes, so then the shoot happened. How long did it take? I mean, because I saw you guys were posting, behind the scenes photos and stuff of the shoot. Did everybody go? And I know you've already discussed the collaboration, but that site, the brick walls and all that kind of stuff. How many hours and how long did that take you guys to do?
I think it was about 3 or 4 hours.
Okay, that's
at
not too
that
bad.
location, and Russell found it because he
Mutual
living
friends.
yeah, through mutual friends, Brogan.
Yeah, Brogan from Made for Broadway.
Brogan,
He
yeah,
walks his dog.
he
in
walks
that
his dog
area.
there. So
We were shooting the video. We were starting, and there was like a soccer game, like in the further field. Like they were just watching us shoot like this
That's
fucking brutal ass.
That's awesome.
It's so funny.
Oh, that's cool. And
yeah,
so
but after that, I don't know how long he took with everyone else's parts because he had to go to some people's houses and arrange for some people to come over
Yeah,
here.
so Dwayne was shot on a different day. Jade was
is he
shot
okay?
in
No, I'm just joking.
I know. I always feel the same way when I say it like that. Like Dwayne's getting shot today.
Bad
At
joke.
least we're on the same page.
All your timing is impeccable.
Yeah, no, sorry. Well, hey, dude, what I mean,
Mood killed.
Yeah, no, my bad, my bad.
No, it was well deserved. It was well done.
Yeah, no, I do that joke every time, and I just don't know when the appropriate time is to do that. Like yesterday when you were like,
always.
yeah, always. Okay, now you're making me feel self-conscious, dude.
It's fine. You'll get over
Okay,
it.
there we go. So yeah, just carrying on the video. I mean, obviously, so how many of the crew were all at that one spot at any given moment of all the people involved in the shoot, in the actual song itself?
The only people that were in the same location was all of Human Nebula, Regan, and Marty.
So 7
Okay.
people.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone else was done at a different place on a different day, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think overall it took Russell about 2 weeks to get everyone's parts recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah, so
it's
he
amazing.
pulled ass towards the end, and it was just amazing that he managed to do all of that in that time frame.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that, you know, the year and a half that you mentioned, the whole track took to, you know, from its birth to you putting it out in the world, and then you're thinking of the video took, you know, 2 weeks.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
quite crazy, hey, how the world works. It's insane. It blows my mind.
Makes me feel like I'm really lazy.
Yeah, it makes me want to do more. Hey?
It takes always one person that does like a massive thing to make everyone else feel like they've done nothing when they've actually done a
Exactly. He's like the guy in the team projects. He like does everyone's homework for them. You know, they're like, oh, you guys have slacked off the whole year. Here you go. Done it.
Definitely. I mean, geez, it's the same. And when I see all these videos of all these shows that are happening in your neck of the woods, it's like, why haven't I booked a show yet or whatever? It's just, we're struggling. I know we got Daisy Jones Bar, which recently went off with Peasant and shout out Peasant.
Yeah.
Peasant.
With Peasant and Vulvodynia and oh shit, I can't remember the third act. But yeah, I mean that stage looks awesome. I haven't even seen it.
I haven't even been there.
When are you guys planning to coming down to Cape Town, man?
Yeah, you have one place to
There's
play.
no travel restrictions now.
All right. Well, as long as you've got a sleeping bag on the floor there for us, yeah,
Hey,
we'll
man,
be.
always.
Will the dog kennel do?
Yeah.
no, just wait. till-
And we can dogpile.
Yeah, no, for sure. So now, what are the plans going forward? I mean, obviously, you've got out this huge release. There's so much to look forward to. I mean, we're in December. Have you got any shows planned for December?
No, we're done for the year. We ended with the Death Fest.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're gonna let Police Brutality just stew a little bit longer before we get back into the rehearsal space and studio again. Yeah, but we've already started working on plans for our next EP. So.
Okay, so you're in pre-prod and all that kind of stuff. Okay, well, we don't have to just discuss too many of the details, but you're hard at work. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Nice. And in terms of early 2020, have you got any sort of plans?
2022.
2020. I didn't even say 2021. I said 2020.
Yeah, you said 2020.
Dude, you see, now that's where my mind's at, guys. I don't know what's going on.
I stood still when COVID hit. So,
Yeah, especially in Cape Town, brother. You see I actually had a friend come down from Joburg, and he's like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
It's like Joburg's normal, bro.
I know.
Joburg's normal. But
It's like he's gone back 2 years in time.
yeah, so early 2022. Got some.
yeah, yeah, we
obviously
got
the
some.
EP and all that jazz.
Yeah. We're gonna because with the world being the way it is, and people just don't have money to go out like they used to. So I mean, I know from your guys' perspective, it looks like it's booming here, but for us here, it feels like we took a huge knock. So what we're trying to do is we're going to try and move our efforts more online, focus on creating music and creating content until hopefully one day we get some sort of normality back where we can jump back on stage a little bit more than we have been.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And listen, I want to see some behind the scenes coming from that musical household you guys are all living in, for sure. There's surely a way that you guys can collaborate and upload it to everybody's channel or link and whatnot, because it sounds like it's quite a vibe over there.
Yeah, man.
Also
it's
judging
great.
from our previous conversation.
Josie
Yeah.
House.
Yeah. No, but listen, we're not talking MTV specials here.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah, for
Can
sure.
you imagine like a Geordie House kind of thing with those guys? It
Yeah,
would be
we're
hilarious.
Yeah.
A bunch of deathcore nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It'll just
We'll
be,
have Helen and Speedo 24/7. So,
Nice.
there's something for everyone.
Yeah.
amazing. I mean, I'd love to be in that kind of environment. I live by myself these days. It's kind of sad, guys.
You
know?
get used to it.
Yeah, you do get used to it. But
Well, there's some days where we wish we did,
yeah, I'm
because-
sure. I mean, who drinks all the milk? No milk?
What's
Who
milk?
Milk? Jeez.
Oh, do you guys drink black coffee? No?
Black coffee for the win.
Yeah,
You guys have coffee?
Yeah.
Okay, no. Geez, the plot thickens, eh?
Shit,
I
they
mean, I
probably
hope you guys have got clean running water over there.
They probably
Yeah,
drink
I
kombucha all
think
the
so.
time.
I don't know if it's drinkable, but
I think it's water.
there. It's there.
Oh man, well guys, it's been so awesome having you guys on the show. I honestly cannot wait to actually have you guys in studio, because we haven't done this in a while, and sometimes the delay can kind of get lost in translation, but it's been so cool to have you guys back on the show. Guys, check out Human Nebula everywhere. Check out Police Brutality.
Police brutality.
Police Brutality.
Paris
Yeah.
brutality.
It's seriously Paris.
Paris.
That's in somewhere
Yeah.
up in the northwest.
Yeah.
But check out Police Brutality
Yes.
on YouTube and all your
Yes, please.
favorite
please.
streaming platforms. It's such a rad video. Well done to everybody involved, everybody who featured as a featured artist: Regan, Jade, Dwayne, Wandile, Greg, Chris, all those dudes. And well done to you guys for actually speaking up and speaking about what you guys believe in, and putting it out there and getting like-minded people to enjoy and be a part of. So and thank you for the content as well, guys. It's on repeat my side, and it will be for a while.
Awesome.
Oh,
Awesome.
man.
Yeah. Big shout out to all the guys that actually, like you were saying, to all those guys. It wouldn't have been what it is now if it wasn't for everybody that kind of like voted in to like be a part of it. And I was saying to everybody, because it was funny, on the day of the release, I was just getting thank you messages from all the like featured artists. Like, what the fuck do you mean thank you? You guys made this what it is.
We
Like, come the
thank
fuck up.
you.
Just thanks for being a part of it. And like, it's crazy. We never thought we would have been making a track with all these guys. Like he said, we were looking up to these guys from the start of the Human Nebula concept. So for them to all just be on the same track, it's fucking amazing. So big shout out to all those guys that you mentioned, and to Marty.
Yeah, and to Marty, yes. The one thing we also the great thing about that as well is you guys absolutely flooded my newsfeed that day, because so many different people shared it. It was incredible, the just uptick in social media presence it had. It was crazy. It was Dwayne, it was all the people that we've mentioned, but then more people. Then there was Instagram stories, and so on and so forth. So well done with the promotion of the song as well. Everybody go check out Police Brutality now.
Yes.
And it's on your YouTube, Human Nebula's YouTube.
Yeah, we'll put the
Yes,
link up over there somewhere.
Okay, somewhere over
Okay.
Sick. But thanks so much for joining the show, guys. It's great to have you, and hopefully we can chat again soon.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks so much for having us.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's been great to hang out with you again, man.
Yeah,
Uh,
but let's hope next time it's in person, right?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
get that MMA performance sorted out.
MMA. Why do you keep on saying MMA?
Metal Music
I was
Awards.
also like thinking, like, damn, we're gonna fucking
Like,
go to the ring.
We're gonna wrestle and
The,
beat each
the
other up.
SAMAs, yeah, the South African Metal Music Awards.
we go.
That thing.
The Summers,
Well,
not the MMA
This would
award.
be an
Well, it's so,
American
why do they call it SAMA when there's already a SAMA? I mean, what the hell?
It's a double M,
It's
bro.
not
no,
two
but not
A's,
people.
bro.
It's
I
two
I
A's.
said double M.
Yeah. Listen, I'm
Okay,
educating
the
this guy.
SAMAs.
Yeah. I'm educating this guy every day. But guys, thank
Get
you
that
so much
over.
for joining the show. We'll see you next time. It's been great having you.
Oh, yeah.
This is how we do things around here. Oh shit.
All right, that was Gareth and Kyle from Human Nebula, dude. Nice dudes, eh?
It was a rad chat.
It was a rad chat.
I really
eh?
like talking to those guys. They were a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was the first Zoom interview we've done in a while, so it came with its like delays and stuff. I didn't feel 100% comfortable with the cans on, so we're going to try something different. But it was a rad chat. I look forward to seeing what they do next. I mean,
Yeah, they even had a little bit of a taste of outrageous when I was like saying, why are the SAMAs called SAMAs?
hey man, those are the things that we look forward to, man. It's
Doesn't make sense.
yeah. Also, if you want to check the Instagrams, Arthur Carlos Diego Pereira III and Gareth Howard.
Underscore.
I've changed it.
Gareth Howard underscore.
Gareth Howard _ Yeah. I mean, I was so tired of the Papa G's house because people don't know who exactly I am.
Yeah.
Then the Papa G TV, same situation. Then Gareth PGH. What does PGH mean?
Yeah.
And I just figured, let me just be myself. Gareth
Yeah.
Howard. Boom. Ladies and gentlemen.
How long did it take you to get that handle? Because you had to put the underscore at the end.
It was actually the first one.
Okay.
And I tried to find different variations that I thought may have suited. But that's the one that suits the best. And I'm not changing it.
How funny would it be if we changed the handle every single week?
That's basically how it feels. But yeah, dude, I changed it now. That's me in my full glory, full name, surname. That's how you can find us. But yeah, and it's going to be fun. But this is a time we need to appreciate because it's a little segment we like to call
Beer of the week.
Dude,
Okay, what did you get here?
I said, I think you're going to hate me.
Yeah.
And I still hold that sentiment.
Strawberry lime.
Yeah. It's not necessarily a beer. It is craft,
Okay.
but it is craft that
It's huge
you've
as
never
well.
tasted before. And I thought I'd go because it's the festive season. It's red and white. It reminded me of Christmas. I didn't even look at any of the other beers. I saw red and white, strawberry and lime flavor.
Recorded
Have a little yawn.
premium Swedish
Perry.
Perry. Huh. You know, funny enough, that my surname Pereira. A lot of Portuguese people that moved to America, they changed their surname to Perry. So like, what's his name? Joe Perry from Aerosmith.
Yeah.
His actual surname is Pereira.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then there's that
Lisa
singer.
Perry.
Hey?
Lisa Perry, the Four Non-Blondes. I look up in the morning. and
Possibly,
I say,
actually. I think so, yeah. And then,
Yeah, because she
and then-
looks of the Italian descent.
yes.
I mean Portuguese. I mean,
There's loads of Perrys that were originally Pereiras.
Really?
So it's premium Swedish Pereira.
so it's vegan friendly. That's one thing I just noticed.
Oh shit. Okay.
Perry blended with strawberry and lime flavor, made from Swedish pure spring water,
And
and it's called Recordlich. Cheers.
This is
I
what
can't
they
wait to
term
see your
a
reaction.
Perry. What the hell? There's some floaty stuff.
No floaty stuff.
Oh, is that ice? That's ice. Yo, this smells like a fucking lolly.
Sorry. It smells like a lolly. It's delicious.
Okay, let's give it a go. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Smells like a lolly, tastes like a lolly.
Hang on.
Oh, yeah. Someone's enjoying it.
Yes. For a flavored whatever this is, that's one
Spring
hell of
water.
a flavored whatever it is.
Spring water.
Bullshit. Really?
Yeah. It said Perry. I don't know what Perry is.
Oh, there we go. Made from pure Swedish spring water. Blended. Okay.
Should say made from pure sugar.
Fuck, definitely.
But how tasty? It's like drinking a jelly baby.
This tastes exactly like fucking sugus. And
Sugus?
Fruitus and...
Yes.
Yeah, and god damn it, dude, you made this
4.5.
bottle cold.
I know,
It's
yes.
fucking freezing.
Yeah, that's the right way to do it, man.
Wow.
Not your average beer. It's not even a beer, but
This is
I just
definitely
wanted
not a
to,
beer. Does this
I
even
wanted to
qualify?
throw you for a little bit of a curve.
I don't know why you think I'd hate this because it's sweet.
Well,
This-
it's not necessarily beer,
Yeah, it's not beer. But this I
but it's
reckon
still an
this is
alcoholic beverage.
fucking headache producing material if it's full of that
You
sugar.
can only have one, I think.
I know some
Definitely.
people who would challenge that fucking statement.
Yeah, I mean, I could have a few of them. I won't lie.
It tastes really good.
They are
It's
good,
Very fucking sweet.
They
though.
are good.
I think the sweetness level is like a...
Hey, but don't worry about that. Just enjoy the experience.
Oh, I totally am.
Yeah.
But if it was like a little bit less sweet, then
Yeah.
it'd be like perfect.
But then that just means you don't have to have as many.
Yeah, true.
So
Yeah.
this is the first non-beer we're gonna have on the My Cubic scale, but we have to rate it because I bought it
This is very difficult.
and it's cold. And Art Pereira, what have you got?
Ah, shit, man. This is difficult. I'm gonna have to go halfway between the two numbers that are flashing in my head. It's like 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
Like 3.5.
To
Yeah.
4.5.
No, I was going between 3 and 4, so I'm going to go split down the middle, 3.5.
Okay.
Reasoning. This is for me a one-time thing. I might buy this again to share with Carolyn because she might enjoy this.
She
but
will
she's
definitely enjoy that.
but she would be like, she would have like a third of this and be done with it, kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, you
It's
got to
very
make sure
sweet.
it's super cold as well. This
Yeah,
stuff's
very
warm.
sweet.
You cannot go.
I can imagine it'd be like drinking strawberry and lime
Yeah.
flavored cough syrup.
That's harsh, dude.
Well, if it's warm,
No, I get it. So, for me, you going 3.5. I'm going 4.5
wow,
because
that
I
high.
love this shit, and I'll have 2 of them, and I'm good. But I look forward to nothing more than having a ice cold Recordlich when I want to, and it's so delicious. I know it's super sweet. I've been known to like sweet stuff. So that's a 3.5 and a
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10, 100%.
That's very high, and I'm not going to contest that. It's extremely tasty.
It's very tasty, but only 2 or maybe even 1, just 1.
I think 1 would be quite sufficient because this is a large.
sure.
This is a large boy. This is 500
Yeah,
mils.
500 mils, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Nice
fucking
packaging as well.
Very
Very,
clean.
very cool on the eye. I like the fact that it's a brown bottle.
And
That
it's
it gives
got-
it the beer look.
Yeah, it's also got a nice little clip art picture of strawberry and lime in the
Yeah.
middle there.
Lovely.
Yeah,
I think they do everything well.
Yeah, it's well made.
It is.
There's no.
And it's bottled and produced in Sweden, so it's an import.
It's quite a good sip to burp ratio.
Sip to burp. Excellent. Well, that's beer of the week.
Yeah.
Good, solid
recorded-
8 out of 10.
And you got this from Tops.
No, up the road. My
Liquor
usual.
City.
Yeah, my usual. But they're everywhere.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
I've
you
never
can
seen
get them
this
anywhere. Yeah,
Well, there you
I
go.
see them everywhere.
Find
That's
them
beer of the week
everywhere.
this week, baby.
According to him, find it everywhere.
For sure. Everywhere.
Yeah.
So what you got this week?
Well, nothing much. I had a gig on Friday, as you know, in Stanford, which was a lot of fun. It was an outside gig. Played to the sunset. It was rad. We had mates come over on a bus for the evening, and then they went back, stayed over, and then came back on Saturday midday or so. But the gig was rad. We played outside, like I said, just did some tunes. There was some old people there that fucking really dug it. They want us back, kind of thing.
Nice.
There's 3 more white guys. But then, it was on Monday. I learned that one of the people that came to watch us tested positive for the C word, and
The V. The
and
CV.
then I also learned that when I was in the office on the Tuesday before the show.
What's your CV like? Let me check my certificate.
Yeah. So on the Tuesday, someone else was at work,
Yeah.
also tested positive. So I was like,
Fuck.
yeah, fuck. So I had to wait for the incubation period to finish, and then I went for a test today, and it came back L negativo. So
Hence we here.
yeah,
Better late than never, baby.
yeah, I've been fucking
Fist
grafting.
pump to that, baby.
Yeah, man, and I've been grafting like super hard, doing a whole bunch of videos for a town hall, and ended up winning quite a good award for the company, which yeah, it's weird. I'm not a guy for that kind of like appreciation. And when they told me, it's like, yeah, but you play music and stuff, and I almost wanted to say something, I didn't know what to say, and I just said, I'm an entertainer, not a rock star. I don't seek their acclaim. I just want to entertain.
Exactly.
And so like when they did the whole like award thing and my picture and then everyone talking about me, I'm like, fucking, when is this gonna
sinking
finish?
into your own life.
Yeah,
oh my
man.
God, I can't believe this is happening, but it's pretty cool at the same time.
Yeah, and it's a good validation, and in the back of my mind, it's like, why is this? Because I complained to the HR lady about all this stuff that they made me do? Is this like they're compensating?
They're trying
It's
to
like,
keep me.
yeah, like that's where my brain goes, because I
totally.
can't take
Overthinkers galore, bro.
I can't take compliments. I just can't do it. You know, and it's like I was at Botner's to get like sticks. And then JP was there, and then JP was like, "Ah, dude, you know, fucking great drums, and fucking this." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna leave now." That's what I'm like.
No, for sure.
But
Hey,
other
listen,
than that,
you
that's
can't
what my
even
week
take it.
was.
When I'm like, dude, we had such a good jam. You're like, oh, yeah, I was cool. I'm like, I know you know it's cool, motherfucker.
No, I didn't say I was cool. I said I fucked up a few
You said
times.
it was cool.
Yeah, I
and
said
then you
it
kept
was
yeah,
cool.
you kept on saying how many times you fucked up, but it wasn't that bad at all, at all.
Yeah, but
It was a
that's
good, fun
basically
time.
what my week was, man. It was just fucking working, grafting hard, play the show, drive, and then sit in anticipation, waiting for the results to come back to tune me that, no, it's all, you're good. You can go out. You're good. It's all good.
Well, my Whatchagot is it's funny. I don't know if you noticed, I've cut the beard off.
I've noticed.
And it's been an interesting couple of days because I'm not used to it at all, and I don't like it.
That's weird.
But the thing that happened was I was going to a jaw and I was just like clipping and stuff, managed to clip the wrong spot, you know, and then all of a sudden you have to like clean everything up, and I ended up taking everything off my like cheek area and then just keeping the long beard, and I just looked like such a tit. So I was just like, fuck this, I'm gonna start all over again, shave the whole beard off and start again. I don't mind having a short beard. Also, this works with masks.
yeah.
This works a lot better with masks. Having a long beard, getting mask, and then you take the mask off, and then your beard's like everywhere. I'm quite keen to be a little bit frosh for a change, but yeah.
Yeah,
The reason it looks the way it is because I kept some bits long, some bits short, because I didn't want to go clean face. So yeah,
dude, I hate
that's
it
what
when it
it is.
happens when you just trying to like neat and then you just go a little bit down.
Yeah.
And go, oh, let me fix this side. And then next thing you know, you
Yeah,
look
yeah.
like a fucking
I mean,
baby.
you've always got the fattest tash, and yeah, you keep that shit going, bro. But
This is
it's
pure
also one of the
laziness.
first shows that you haven't worn a cap.
Yeah, I was just like, no, I'm done. I'm done for today. I'm just gonna rock up, and thankfully I don't look like too much of like a pleb.
For sure. On that note, let's get to the sports update.
Yay, sports!
Right, boys and girls, it is ready. It is ready. It's time for the sports update. Holy shit! I have been waiting for this segment since Sunday evening. What the hell did we witness? And it's obvious we're going to start there.
Yeah.
What the hell did we witness at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix? That was something out of 100% out of the ordinary. Lap 58, 57. The lap cars can't go past. Oh no, now the lap cars can go past, but not all the lap cars. Max Verstappen takes Lewis Hamilton earlier than what people thought. He pulled a move long before then people expected him.
Yeah, that's what they
What are your
all say.
takeaways, dude? Max Verstappen is the world champion of Formula One, but is he?
I think he is. I think it will stay that way. After the race, I mean, like I was screaming because I couldn't believe what was happening.
No.
I do feel for Hamilton. I actually really do feel for Hamilton, and he showed massive class. That he was up there congratulating. He was standing on the podium. He wasn't looking like he was annoyed.
Humble in defeat.
He was actually gained a lot of respect for him, even
Sure.
though that he knew he was like, this is fucking bullshit. But then like I was like thinking about it, it's like they could have like had the back markers all pass, but they didn't allow that because obviously the back markers, when they go past the safety car, they're going to be gunning it, and it's not a safe thing. And he said like we're just trying to make everyone safe. Then he goes like, he could have moved all the lapped cars a lap earlier, which would have meant that they would have still had the last lap and Max Verstappen still would have won. So it's like, I'm like, well, is there really much of a difference? But yeah, it was strange. There was a lot of complaints about the laps thing and then the rules, but then there was also a clause that they said that they can overrule those rules if they feel that
They're
it's
saying
justified.
Michael Massey played God.
They say he played God. He was, but then there's also people like complaining that there's too much regulation and too much of penalties and being safe. And then like he goes, okay, let's just have the race happen. And then going like, are you breaking the rules? It's like you can't win.
But then you also look at Max's resume, and he's had the most poles. He's had the most leading laps. He's had the most wins.
But like that's why I say I feel for Hamilton, because I would also feel hard done by if I was in his position leading the race from the fucking start.
Yeah, totally.
And then losing it because some guy decided to hit the wall. You know, driver of
Shout
the day,
out Nicholas Latifi, the greatest moment of your F1 career.
It's not the way I wanted to see the race finish. But
because in the safety car, Lewis would have won.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah, you would have won without the safety car, and with the safety car, they what they normally did was like they let the lap cars pass. That's what they normally did, but he held back because he wanted people to be safe. So if he did what they normally did, the lap cars would have passed. There would have been the last lap to run for the finish line, and Max would have won anyways, and he would have been champion anyway. That's why I say he's going to be, and still will be, because there's not much difference if they did it correctly or the way they did it now. So it's like, I'm sorry, but that's just how it goes. Max did nothing wrong. His first lunge in the first lap was a bit hectic, but he stayed on track, so it was pretty much legit, even though it was overly aggressive. But Hamilton going fucking flying past there and catching that, they gave him the leeway because it's the first lap. They're always lenient with their stuff on the first lap. So that's why he got away with it, which is cuck. But then I was like, we let them, if I was Massey and they came up to me and they said like, yeah, but you let them race and you know, you broke the rules and stuff. It's like, okay, well, we let Hamilton go past. So we're going to give him a 5-second penalty. We'll give the win back to Hamilton, but because of the 5-second penalty, Max still wins. So you happy with that too? It's like, what?
Yeah, what can you do?
What can you do?
Yeah.
It's like, it just happened that way. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of people that are not happy. I was really happy at the end, but like when I was watching it, it's like, you know, you wouldn't want it that
I lost
way.
my voice, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that last lap, remember when they were going like side by side? And you know, they even lodged an appeal that actually Max technically overtook Lewis on a safety car because his nose was in front.
Yeah, I was watching for that. He went in front, but then
he was.
And he went back, and then they took off.
But that's
and then
also
he was
Lewis
right
playing
behind him.
games, braking to get him through to see if there's
Yeah.
some sort. There's always two sides of the coin.
There's always two, but Max would have never have done that because then he would have been given a penalty. So, and I checked the stuff, and he went in front when they were behind the car, but when the car went past, he was technically behind his front wheel, so you're still behind.
Sure, but all that aside, I think that Bono and Mercedes were very cautious. Track position, we're worried. Verstappen would have ended up in front if we had stopped, etc. Staying on old tires, then Max gets the free pit stop. That's another thing that Lando was complaining about the week before in Saudi Arabia, to say free pit stops are lame because who gets a free pit stop? And it's only under a safety car, etc. So I think there's a lot to take out of this championship. There's a lot to learn about it, and I think there's going to be a lot of changes, but I think it's more so a perfect time for all this to take place because we're going into a brand new season, brand new modeled cars, new engines, new combinations. I think it's going to be another exciting year.
Yeah,
because everything, also the drag, the dirty air is going to allegedly be sorted out. We'll only know that by the first couple of races.
Yeah.
But they're trying to make plans to make everybody on an even playing field, because at the moment it's just two teams. It's Red Bull and Mercedes.
Yeah, and most of the time it's just Mercedes. But the other thing, dude.
Well, this year you can't say that.
Yeah, but the other thing is that they, like you say, they took it safe by not pitting Hamilton to keep him in front. But
Track position.
Yeah, but if they pitted Hamilton,
they could have put him on softs, and he could have.
Then
just
he would have been
around.
behind, and then it could have been Hamilton that would still win, and then this whole thing wouldn't be an issue.
But that's what I'm saying. Also, is that, don't you think, regardless of what we're talking about, either which way, there would have been a dramatic ending?
Of course. But I think Mercedes being too cautious cost them the thing, and then protesting and saying you can't put the safety car out now. It's like you can't do this, and then he was letting cars through and saying no, you can't do that.
But they had two opportunities to put the softs on.
Yeah, and if they put Hamilton on the softs, he would have been behind Verstappen, and chances are they would have had a dice, and they probably would have been like over the line, and Hamilton probably would have taken it. But yeah, so like with the complaints and stuff, it's like Max is champion. There's nothing you can do about it now.
Max is champion.
You can't do anything about it now. If
totally.
Like every scenario that I've played in my head any other way, if they allowed the lap cars to go through early, Max would have still won. If the only way Mercedes would have won for definite if the crash didn't happen, and 50% chance is if Hamilton went in for softs.
Yeah.
But because Hamilton didn't go in for softs, they were on the back foot. So now everything is wrong. Everything is bullshit, and it's against them because they played it safe.
Even
Red Bull, played
Hamilton
it
in the radio. Oh man, this has been manipulated.
Dude, obviously, if you're in that position, you're going to say that it's manipulated.
Yeah, but it's kind of like sore loserish.
It is so loserish, but I mean, from everything that you hear about Hamilton, it's like even people like us giving him shit all the time, and he always says he has to prove everyone wrong all the time. So obviously he's gonna think that if he keeps saying that, he's gonna believe that everything is against him, and then if something like that happens, he's gonna say this has been manipulated because he's in that space. I don't know if it's true, but that's what happens if you are constantly saying, I have to prove everyone wrong. You immediately think everyone is against you.
You're 100% right.
You know, so like those statements is all in the moment. It's all passionate.
Put Max in that situation, the same thing would have happened.
Exact same thing would have
100%. And a lot of people are saying Perez was dirty in his tactics of keeping Lewis. Shut up! Keeping Lewis at bay. But if that was Valtteri, the same criticism would happen.
Yep.
100%.
And Perez didn't step out of bounds. He didn't do anything wrong. He didn't push Hamilton off.
There was no brake testing.
There was no brake testing. And in fact, like Perez took massive gambles to pass him on the outside where his wheel was like that far over the line to be legal. Otherwise, he would have you'd have told to give it up. He got his place back. He drove like a fucking champ.
100%.
And I watched that and I was like, Perez did nothing wrong. He was aggressive, but he had to be. And he even said, I'm sorry, Lewis, I'm sure you'll understand, but I had to do it for the team. But he didn't push anyone off the track. He kept his position as best as he could with any way that he could. Max took that fucking pass as best as he could, and he did it without fault. He was on the track. He had enough space.
He left enough space for Lewis.
And I promise you did it that way because when he passed Hamilton on the first lap and Hamilton went off, that he would be penalized if he did the same thing. So he went, but he still fucking did it. So like,
hey, listen, you got to go for it. You got to go for it all. You got to go for it all.
That last lap was absolutely super, super clean.
Amazing. It was amazing.
And
great way to finish.
I'm sorry, Hamilton fans. I totally understand. But the thing is, like, I've played it in my head a million times over, and there's only two ways he would have won: if the crash didn't happen, or potentially he stopped for tires.
Yeah.
And if they let through the lap cars the lap before, which they could have totally, or even at the start of the safety car session, Max would have still won, and then there'd be nothing to complain about. So I'm sorry, but Max is champion. That's the way it is.
No more conspiracy theories. No more drama. It was equal going into the final race. What we have is car number 33 as the winner, regardless of what anybody says. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Hamilton still has an opportunity to break the record of 8 championships, surpassing Schumi. We're not going to get into the conspiracy theories of them trying to protect Schumi's record, all that kind of stuff.
No, that's definitely not
Car number 33, Max Verstappen is now the champion. There's nothing we can do about it. Let's look forward to a great series in 2022, because at the end of the day there was lots of good that happened in Formula 1. Drive to Survive, so many eyes on the sport. I think it's going to be great. But enough about that. We have a new champion, but we also have new champions in the UFC. So I remember I told you, I said, you got to watch these fights. I'm sure you've had a crazy couple of weeks. You didn't manage to catch anything. So I'm just going to take you through what I believe was one of the greatest.
Should I put some like highlight clips of the fight?
You can.
Sweet.
Let's do it.
Let's do that.
Just chuck it in the middle.
Yeah.
So first of all, oh my word, my guy Dustin Poirier against Charles do Bronx Oliveira, someone I've supported for a very long time. So it was a very difficult fight for me to, pick. I mean, my winner would always be Dustin because I've followed him for longer, but I've always supported Charles because he's just such a warrior and such a well-rounded fighter. Charles Oliveira comes out on top, submitting Dustin Poirier in the 3rd round.
Did he?
It was unbelievable. The 2nd round was weird. Dustin Poirier is a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but he was so scared of any advanced positions or anything like that, so he kept a close guard. He kept a.
Was he being overly defensive?
Overly defensive.
No, man.
And the first. Okay, let's
But why?
Let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
So they start, there's no feeling out process. They're just going at it. They are just applying their boxing skills. It's on the feet, kickboxing skills, leg kicks, straights, 1-2s, hooks. The pace was so high. You could see when Dustin gets tired, he starts bouncing around, but his head looks like a bit of a bobblehead when he gets tired. And I was like, Dustin's getting tired. Second round, they come out. Dustin dropped him twice. Then the second round, they come out. Something happens. Charles ends up on top.
Mm-hmm.
Dustin gets a triangle body lock with his feet. Usually what happens in that sense is that there's no chance for advancing, but there's no chance for submission from the back. He wasn't very active from the back whatsoever. He just kept the triangle body lock to avoid Charles from advancing positions, because if you advance positions, you can get certain submissions.
Yeah.
And it was just, he played it safe, but while playing it safe, I think he gassed himself out mentally and physically, because if you've got a guy on top of you that's raining down elbows, he was just like, fuck, what do I do? I'm just going to rather lose the round and start afresh in the third round. Third round comes, they have a couple exchanges. Dustin, standing up, gives his back to Charles Oliveira. Charles jumps Dustin's back, but is able to create some sort of a false sense of security for Dustin that he was too low. Because obviously if you're too high on a guillotine or a rear naked choke, you can fall over. If you're too low, you can slide back.
Yeah, and then you
gave him
shit both ways.
100%. And he gave him a false sense of security to be like, okay, I'm too low, I'm too high. Sunk the choke in, taps him out, and still. It was one of the most insane fights I've ever seen in my entire life. Just pure anticipation, because it was two of my favorite fighters of all time. I mean, those guys, they're calling it one of the most prestigious titles in the world at the moment, because they've both got 11 plus years in the UFC.
Fucking hell. Okay,
Yeah.
I need to watch this.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have the highlight.
Yeah.
Jeez. Fucking hell.
Dude,
So why
amazing.
Why was he so defensive? Why wasn't he being like attacking?
Because Charles Oliveira is the creme de la creme when it comes to grappling.
Oh, okay.
You give him any inch, he's going to take your
So that's-
arm,
that's
he's
his
gonna take
strength.
your neck, he's going to take your leg, he'll take your fucking toe. I don't know.
So that's it. His grappling is his strength.
He is that good, yeah. So he's sneaky all
So I
around.
think-
So people, what they do with him is they're like, oh, he's so good on the ground. But now he's developed so much in the last 10 years. He's an elite striker. So you got to fear him everywhere.
Jeez, so you don't
It's
actually know how he will get you.
And you get caught slipping, you are done for.
And Oliveira, is he Brazilian or Portuguese?
He's Brazilian,
Okay.
which is also another thing, and we're not going to go too much onto that. Oh, would I love to see a fight between him and Khabib. But let's not go there, because Khabib's retired and whatnot.
Wow, okay.
Co-main event, the GOAT, Amanda Nunes, the lioness, the person who's been undefeated and unchallenged for so many years, gets choked out in the second round by Juliana Pena. It was mayhem. Absolute fucking mayhem.
Jeez, I missed that.
Subs her
Fucking
out
hell.
in the second round.
So sorry.
Decides to bring a firefight to a firefight. Amanda Nunes gave her no respect by trying to go fight fire with fire. She gets clipped a couple of times. She gets tired. Same thing. Choked out because she was absolutely gassed. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Unbelievable. The other really notable fights were Kai Kara France versus Cody Garbrandt. Cody Garbrandt is a bantamweight champion.
Yeah, I haven't seen either of these guys.
Yeah,
yet, no.
he's fought and defended the bantam. I don't know if he defended it actually. He's a star in the bantamweight division. Came off a couple of losses, decided to try a new division, cut down to 125. Fought Kai Kara France from New Zealand, who is respectful, just like how New Zealanders are. Super respectful in win, loss, or draw, blah, blah, blah. He got disrespected, got knocked the fuck out by Kai Kara France. Unbelievable. Nobody expected it. They consider him the fastest boxer in bantamweight. You lose weight, you naturally think that the guy's going to be faster. chin is nowhere. His chin was nowhere.
Jesus.
Then, lastly, my last notable is Sugar Sean O'Malley against Julian Paiva. Another extremely anticipated fight. Everybody's like, what is O'Malley going to do against a ranked guy? I mean, O'Malley's got all this unranked champion. Like, his whole thing is that he's unranked, but he thinks he's the champ because he's so much better, in inverted commas, than everybody else. He came out and he proved how good he is. Just absolute slick boxing, slick kickboxing. Caught Paiva in every uncomfortable position. Ends up hook to the body, hook to the head, knocked out. Wow. Sean O'Malley, he is now 15-1. He lost the one against Chito Vera. The UFC, my friend, is alive and well.
Sounds like it. Definitely sounds like shit. Okay, I gotta watch those highlights. Fucking hell.
So just for today, Formula 1 and UFC, that's it. That's a sports update. We're going to go to outrageous. But what I forgot to tell you, the whole episode, the reason why I'm wearing my Golden State Warriors t-shirt.
Yes.
Stephen Curry is now the number 1 3-point shooter in the NBA history.
Holy shit.
He's just recently, last year he took over Reggie Miller from the Indiana Pacers back in the day, and now he's just surpassed Ray Allen as number 1 3-point shooter in the world. He's the greatest shooter we've ever seen of all time.
So how many?
2,974. That's insane. So like 200 threes a year. Yeah, around about there. Anyway, that's the greatest shooter of all time. 100%. We've got LeBron, we've got MJ, we've got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, we've got Stephen Curry, we've got Ray Allen, we've got
Djokovic.
Tennis
player. Doncic.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get outrageous.
This is
outrageous.
God damn, I hate it.
What have we got this week? I'm going to choose number 77.
For
Valtteri Bottas.
Oh, we already did 77.
Okay, then I'm going to do 63 because he's replacing Valtteri, George Russell.
Okay. This complaint of mine has sort of been fixed by my parents' place. What I've got here is people cutting the corner by my place. Now what
cutting corners in general?
Cutting corners in general is a fucking
dick move.
Yeah, absolute dick move. And
I've even punctured a tire being a dick.
And remind me to tell you about the dick move I pulled this weekend.
Okay,
anyways,
let's hear it.
So there's like a T-junction, okay? And it's like this road without, it just goes, and then like you come to the end there and you want to go left or right. But where the way it used to be, there was no stop sign and there was no white line to say stop or anything. So people would, if they were turning right into their corner, they would just cut it across like cutting the apex on a fucking thing. And there was so many times that I'm coming up to the intersection or to the T-junction, whatever, and there's people cutting across, and then I have to like brake or try and maneuver away just so that, and then they look at me like I'm the one that's fucking doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Fuck. And anyways, so it's like that happened so many times. I nearly buckled my wheel. I clipped the pavement a few times. I slammed the anchors a few times, and there's all these fucking moms that drive like fucking hell. And then there's this one dude in a buck. He just did not give a fucking shit. If he could go over the pavement, he would have, because he's such a. Anyway, but now what they've done is now they've actually painted in like a stop sign, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that complained there. And so I was like, this is nice. They're still fucking doing it. It's like they think that, you can just cut across there, because clearly that road that's coming into
everybody thinks they're Max Verstappen, bro.
Yeah, they all think the fuck it. Yes. But it's like if you're in Kirstenhof, Lenta Road.
Yeah, I get it.
It's like that's the road that goes straight to Kirstenhof.
Just people driving like pricks is just
constantly
is the worst, dude.
Constantly. And my Darren, my business partner with Fable, his wife, that happened to her. She's like coming to a intersection and a person went fucking balls to the leather, fucking cutting a corner. She had to dodge, and then she went down a hill and buckled the fucking like left control arms and suspension, fucked the whole car up. just because the person couldn't
hope they had
fucking turn a
insurance,
corner
but-
like a normal fucking yes.
It happens, dude. I mean, but I mean that's happened to me 1,000 times,
It happens all the time.
You can be a dick and then you can be the receiving end of the dick. You know what I'm saying? You can be on the receiving end of the dick, bro. What happens when that happens, bro? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah, so like pretty much basically like dicks piss me off.
Yeah, but stop driving like a dickhead. That's
man.
basically the end of the story.
I must tell you about
because
my
that's very
dick.
general. That's very general.
It is very general. That was very
Oh, man,
isolated to that one an intersection. But it's what happens when you're in a suburb area where there's like houses, there's like a school in the fucking middle, and then these people that think, oh, I've got a kid now, I need to have a fucking bus because that's what people think is safe. So they get these fucking Land Cruisers and fucking
Yeah.
whatever.
And their Porsche Cayennes and all that shit.
all that shit.
Oh, here comes the asshole.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it's like, and then they still cut across the corner like, fuck you.
Yeah, bro, that's crazy.
Yeah, but dude, like
Anyway.
the dick move that I pulled on the way to Stanford, went past her anus. So I went past her anus.
Her anus.
Yeah, and then there was a stop-go thing because of roadworks. Now, I didn't do this on purpose. I promise you.
Yeah.
It was a dick move, but it was total by accident. But the problem is they didn't have any signage there because there's a 2-lane road and everyone was queuing on the right side, and I didn't see anything because it was sort of like on a bend. So I'm like merrily driving on the left side. And I'm like wondering, why are all these cars stopped here? And I'm like, nah. And then I get to the end, and then there's like the roadworks guys, and there's the stop-go thing. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I cut straight to the front of the queue. And then I was like, okay, Caro, we're just going to sit here. We're going to sit here till the train has gone past, and then I'll cut in the back, and cool. Or I will cut across, do a U-turn, and cut to the back. So I was like, cool, let's do that. And then I was like, just put my handbrake on, and all that stuff, and I sat there. And then another fucking dick comes behind me. So I'm like,
Oh, my
oh
God.
shit, now what must I do? Now, if I don't move, this guy's going to hoot like a dick, and then everyone's going to hoot because we're trying to cut in. And then I'm just sitting there like, am I going to be a dick to this person now? I should be because he's being a fucking dick. And then like someone like cuts out, and then there's a massive gap. So then we just go and drive through. And I was like,
No problem.
yeah, but I felt so bad because
It happens. It happens.
but that's the thing. It's like
People get lucky.
people get lucky, and it's not all the time that somebody does that are being dick. It could just be like an honest mistake, like me.
Totally.
But if you cut a corner, there's no fucking excuse.
Don't cut quarters, people.
Fuck.
This guy will be on your case.
No, because you hit me, and then it's gonna be like you did this.
The burning question is, did you get hit?
No, I didn't.
Exactly.
Not yet.
Yeah. Hey, that record looks doing you well, eh? You enjoying that? I can see you are.
I'm like about a third of it left.
Yeah, but it's also brought a little bit of sugar energy to the show.
You are right that
Yeah.
this is better when it's cold.
It is.
Because
it
now
is.
it's getting the cough mixture kind of aftertaste.
100%. But on that note, guys, that's been a fucking cool show, man. What do you think?
Yeah,
I
dude.
think that's it. I think we're good. Hope you guys enjoyed the interview from Arthur Carlos Diego Pejero III on Instagram. Myself, follow me at Gareth Howard. Finally, it's something that's easy for me to say.
Yeah.
We love you guys. Hit a thumbs up on the video. Click subscribe. Hit that notification bell. We love you lots, and we'll see you. I don't know. We'll. It's happy holidays.
Yeah.
If we don't see you before the holidays, have yourselves a merry fucking Christmas.
Yep.
Have a happy New Year.
Absolutely.
This show continues no matter what. We'll see you then. This is Papa G's House episode. I don't know, and I don't give a fuck.
107.
107. Till then, we say peace. Yeah, that's where we're going. That's gonna be like an hour and a half, 2 hour episode.